In today's video, I'm going to show you how to make the Nando style low-fat peri peri burger served with a side portion of Mediterranean vegetables. Yummy. Now, as you can see, we mean business today because I've got my special license to grill apron on, so you know that means business. And the reason I'm shooting these videos is because a lot of people think that, you know, when you go on a diet or a health kick and you're trying to lose weight, that you have to give up all the good things in life. And I'm here today to show you that that is not the case, and that you can have takeout style food, but just healthier versions that taste just as good. So I'm going to show you how to make the Nando style burger along with a delicious low-fat Nando style peri sauce, and let's get right to it. Okay, so the first step to making these delicious Nando's burgers is you have to prepare the chicken the night before, right? What you do is you take a pack, usually of about 4 skinless chicken breasts, and you prepare it, you marinate it, and then you let it stay overnight so that it can absorb all the flavors. Now, you don't have to do it this way, but I recommend that you do because it gives it a chance to absorb the flavors overnight as it stores. So I really recommend trying to prep the chicken the day before and put it in the fridge overnight and then making the chicken burgers the next day. Now, in order to make this, what you have to do is grab a pack of 4 chicken breasts. You get the low-fat ones from the shop. And I've got a closed packet here. As you can see, I've already marinated the meat yesterday. So I'm just going to show you what I normally do for illustrative purposes. But basically, you take the chicken breasts and you fillet them. So you basically cut them open and you spread them thin so that they're like nice and wide and open like that, right? So you fillet your 4 chicken breasts and you put them in your little tub that you're preparing things in. And then what you have to do is you have to marinate them. Now, how do I marinate them? Well, you start off with a little bit of olive oil. You just put a slight splash so it's enough to coat the chicken breasts, right? Then you salt it up with a couple of seasonings and salts that I have here. Start with salt to taste, a little bit of pepper to taste, and then the 2 secret ingredients, which is mild chili powder and garlic powder. You sprinkle that on until it's, nicely covered, and it's going to give the chicken a nice bit of flavor. Then you add the special Nando sauce, right? Now, this Nando's marinade or Nando's sauce you can get from any supermarket in like major Western countries, right? So I'm here in the UK. You can get these Nando's marinades at any supermarket, and I know in South Africa you can as well, and I'm sure you can in the US and other big countries. And these sauces are great because they're low carb and they're low fat and they have tons of flavor, so they're perfect for marinating the meat with. And what you do is you take, usually I use half a bottle of marinade for 4 large chicken breasts. So you just take half a bottle, you put it all over the chicken, you baste it and marinate it like that. And so now you've got the salt, the pepper, the garlic and the chili in the chicken with the oil and the Nando's marinade, and you basically just massage it into the chicken and massage it into the chicken until the chicken is like nice and pink and brown with the flavors and with the marinade and with all the salts in there. Then you simply just close it, plonk it into your fridge, and you leave it overnight, and then you have it ready for the next day when you actually prepare the burgers, which is what we're going to do in a moment. Okay, so the next step is to prepare the special sauce that you're going to use for the peri peri burger and the bun, and also the Mediterranean vegetables. Okay, so as you can see, I've already pre-prepared the special peri peri mayonnaise, as I like to call it, and I'm not going to go into the details of how to prepare it now because I've especially done a video on that where I show you exactly how to make this delicious low-fat peri peri mayonnaise type sauce for the Nando's burgers. So if you are looking at how to make that, I'll put a link up here somewhere on the screen that you can click and go check the video on how to make it. But just to summarize quickly, it's basically fat-free Greek yogurt, Nando's peri peri garlic sauce, chili paste, chili powder and garlic salt. Those are the ingredients that I use for the special sauce. If you're looking for instructions on that, like I said, either click the video I put up there, or I'll put a link in the description on how you can make that sauce. Now, while you're preparing this sauce, this is what it looks like afterwards. It's like a pink, looks like a Thousand Island sauce. While you're preparing that sauce, I advise if you're going to have these Mediterranean roasted vegetables with the Nando's burger, that you preheat your oven and you put the vegetables in so long so that they can start cooking while you prepare the Nando's burgers, and in that way they're done afterwards. So the next step is to prepare the buns that the peri peri burgers go on. Now, normally what I like to do, because I'm usually preparing 4 chicken breasts, is I'll normally buy these packs of 4 buns, and that way at the end of the whole food making process you have 4 burgers, right? And that works nicely, because if you want to maybe pack some for lunch or have some for eating later, that works out nicely. Or maybe you're a family of 4, the average household size, and that way you can feed your whole family also. Each person gets a burger. So I think 4 works out nicely, but for the purposes of the video today, I'm just going to show you how to prepare one. I've prepared some of the ingredients here already so that it goes a bit quicker, but basically you start off, you coat both sides, you take a buttered roll, you get a roll, you cut it in half and you butter both sides just lightly, and then you take that special Nando's Peri mayonnaise that we made and you put a nice thick coating on each side of the roll that you've buttered. So I'll just put a dollop on there and another little dollop on there. So now I don't know if you can see, but now we have sort of like nice pink sauce on both sides of the roll. Then you take the baby spinach, which I use instead of lettuce. It just looks a bit better, makes it a bit more presentable. You stick that to the bun. That's why the mayonnaise is nice and handy, because it sticks. And then you put some sliced onions onto that. Then 1 or 2 slices of tomato as you like. And that's it really. You've now got baby spinach, onion and tomato on the bun. And then you just take a splash of reduced sugar tomato sauce. This is another one of the secret ingredients, and you just twirl a little bit over the ingredients. So just to summarize, you've got the bun, the buttered bun with the special Nando's Peri sauce on the top and the other side of the bun. You put your baby spinach, your onions and your tomato on with a little dollop, a twist of low sugar tomato sauce or reduced sugar tomato sauce, and that's how you prepare the bun. And now we can move on to the grilling of the chicken burgers. All right, so now we get to the exciting part of the preparation, and that's where we actually grill the chicken breasts and give them that nice rich smoky flavor that makes them so delicious. Now before I start grilling, as you can see, I've put the plate on here. I'm letting the grill get hot so that I can put on a nice hot heat and give it a nice smoky flavor. But I just wanted to let you know that you can also grill or bake the chicken breasts in the oven. A lot of the time I do it in the oven, but when I want that rich smoky flavor, then I do it on the grill, and I really give it a good bit of a burn, so to speak, so that it char grills nice and it gets that rich deep flavor. Now I don't want to alarm you here, but recently there has been some sort of research, well actually it's been out for quite some time, and it's just been getting more and more prominent, and that's along the lines of meat being linked to cancer, especially red meat. Now chicken's obviously not red meat, but you know, there's also been links to cancer that were caused by food preparation, or the preparation of meat over high temperatures, right? And grilling is one of those methods that they did single out. Now, you know, I do try to live healthily, but I also believe in balance. And I think that if you're not eating red meat and you're not cooking it on the grill every single day of your life and going crazy, I think you're going to be perfectly fine if you lead a healthy, balanced life. So every now and then, when I feel like that rich Nando's taste, I'll do it. I'll char grill it on the grill here. But most of the time I will just bake it in the oven, also because it's easier. You know, you can, here you've got a dirty pan afterwards which you have to clean and all of that, and there's not much space to do all 4. With the oven, you can just plop it in with the vegetables and let it cook. So it's a bit more convenient to do in the oven. But the way to get the best tasting Nando's burger is to char grill it, and that's the way that we're going to do it today. So I think by now my grill is nice and hot. It's probably going to smoke a little bit when I put the breast on. So I'm going to put the fan on and just trying to find a nice breast here. Nice one. So I'm going to put the fan on, so hopefully that doesn't mess with the noise. Here we go. Here's a nice juicy one. Alright, so hopefully you can still hear me. It might smoke a little bit, Just give my hands a bit of a wash. And I don't put any oil. I don't put any oil onto the pan because we already added oil to the chicken marinade, and you want it to kind of burn a little bit and get that kind of charred, grilly, black. I don't say black, but dark texture to it that gives it that kind of rich, smoky flavor. And obviously, the key is to use a non-stick pan in this case. Basically, all you do. Just keep moving the breast around the pan. I wish I could show you this. I need to get a camera that you can look closer, but in time we'll get there. And basically what I do is I just keep the breast. I like to push it into the pan so that it kind of gets that hot temperature in. I find the gas tops usually work better than the electric ones, which I have an electric one unfortunately, but it still does the job. So I'm going to keep letting this grill do its thing. And for those of you that don't know Nando's, I think I mentioned in the beginning of the video, Nando's is actually a South African brand. And I'm South African if you haven't already heard the accent. And they are actually, their theme is like a Mozambican Portuguese theme. So that's where they go with a lot of their food. So if you've ever eaten at a Nando's like here in the UK or in other countries, I think their slogan is "The Taste of Portugal," but actually they're South Africans. So if anyone from South Africa is watching this, hello to all my boykies and my girlies in South Africa. So I'm just letting this cook for a while. A lot of the time, I will also add just a little bit more of the Nando's marinade if there's not enough already on the chicken, or sometimes if there's some left in the tub from the that I was marinating the night before, then I'll just kind of let a little bit leak onto the chicken and give it a bit more sort of saucy flavor in it. So the thing is grilling nicely. I'm going to let it grill, and then I'm going to cut to the next scene where I show you what everything looks like. And don't forget that while this is happening, you've got your roasted vegetables, the Mediterranean vegetables cooking in the oven, so just keep an eye on those. And I'll see you in the next scene. Okay, I'm back, and I've finished grilling the chicken burger, and I've prepared everything. The vegetables are done, and we're ready to go. So there you have it. I'm going to put a picture up on the screen of what it looks like because it's going to be a bit difficult to show you here at this angle, but it's done. And before I go, I just wanted to let you know that there are a couple of ways. Let me switch off this fan. There are a couple of ways that you can actually change this up a little if you don't want to eat the same thing all the time, right? The chicken burger recipe stays the same, but you just change the sort of accompaniments to the meal. So you can take the bun away and you can have it with rice, you can have it with a pita bread, or you could just take the chicken and slice it up and put it in a salad if you want like a low-fat, low-carb alternative. It's quite versatile. There's a lot of things that you can do with the chicken, you know, rather than having the burgers all the time. I do like the burgers a lot, but I also switch it up a lot of the time. Now, a meal like this with the vegetables, the bun, and the chicken burger is only about 400 calories, right? And for those of you wanting to break down the macros, that's about 40 grams of carbs, 45 grams of protein, and only 5 grams of fat. And most of that fat comes from the olive oil and the vegetables. So it's a very healthy alternative. It's low calorie. It's effing delicious. And there's really no reason why you can't fit something like this into a health kick. Enjoy the delicious taste of Nando's while still keeping it healthy. So if you like this recipe, please try it out. I'm sure you will. But if you like this recipe and you find it easy to make and you find it maybe even delicious, then please share it with a friend, and we can bring you more of these recipes in future. And if you are looking for more updates and more videos like this, then just click the subscribe button below, and then I will see you next time. Until then, bye.